Hi everyone, it's Brooke again, talking about my animation. Yes, go shoot me. I am going to be discussing what it was like working on the Raine project. Raine was my first major animation. I've done an experimental animation before that called The Diary of a Girl with a Sick Twisted Mind, but I never released that, and unfortunately it's on my old computer which broke. And I also did another project for a friend of mine for his fashion website. But Rain was quite the experience. I've learned a lot from it. I've grown so much from the project, as a person, as an animator, and as just life, just gaining patience. Being an animator takes hella time. Like every detail, every frame makes you want to kill yourself. That's why animators drink coffee. That's why they're nuts. Because I'm nuts because animation is no joke. So if you're looking into getting into animation, prepare yourself for a shitload of work. Um, the project took 3 months. The first episode took 3 months. The second episode took 6 months, about 6, 7 months, and I think I'm gonna break it up into 2 episodes. But it was quite the experience. Daily work every day, just like any other thing. I would say that a lot of experimentation, a lot of playing around different animation techniques. It was a lot, and there's a lot of content being discussed in the cartoon that is very serious. But I didn't want to make the cartoon too serious to make you depressed and sad. So I threw a mixture of things in there. Like I want the characters to be funny, serious. Sometimes Rain has a very serious moment but looks really weird and awkward. I just wanted to be fun, a nice story being told. I want the person to not lose interest in what I'm talking about. I put a lot of time into the story itself, and I put a lot of time into the art. And of course, there's some mistakes in the first episode that I am going to correct and make better in the second episode. Um, the first episode was a mess when I first started. I did everything all wrong. I spent my time looking at tutorials on YouTube about animation, and I just, well, 95% of the time just played around with the program until I started to understand a lot of things about it. Um, all I could say is animation is a slow cutting at the wrist, and I'm not kidding. It took lots of cigarettes and nights of beer, and well, I'm not alcoholic and I'm not addicted to cigarettes anymore. But it took a lot to do the first episode, and let me just briefly summarize for those who have trouble, a little bit of trouble understanding. I understand, like, it is a lot to take in. The main character is Rain. She's a fox. She doesn't know her name yet, and she lives with her master, which is basically he has enslaved her to be his sexual slave. So she just does everything for him, sexually, and just basically a slave. So one night, she gets really cold. Her room gets so cold, like she's sick, and she has to get into a room with warmth. The only way that she can get into that room is by pretending to want to sleep with him. Unfortunately, a big surprise, and he gets upset and tries to kill her and sodomize her with a spiked rod. And then she gets the power, the courage to fear, to run out of that room and kick him and run out of the house. And then it's raining and it's cold, it's windy, and then she gets into a garbage can where she meets the second main character. Her name is Sue. And Sue is a very wise, very streetwise, street smart character, like like kind of like her Morpheus, as you can say. Sue is Raine's Morpheus. and Raine is like Neo trying to find her way in life, and Sue's explaining to her that there's something definitely more important to life and what she sees. So, and her diary is of some importance, has some information in it, some secret information that she needs. So Sue shows her her powers, and Rain is confused and is scared. So it's like, all right, fine, I have nothing to lose. I'm gonna go back and get that book. She goes back to the house, and Master finds her, and he has his way with her, and something comes over her like a strong force where she feels something different. Like this night, she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna get out of here. So something just happens, like boom, and she runs out with it, and then she gets caught up with Sue and a gunman, and that's the end of the first episode. So there's a lot going on in that episode. If you didn't understand what was going on, it's just that's basically a nutshell. There's more to it, but you gotta watch it. Um, I hope it's good. I hope it's good.